So your question is, you had some energy experiences which was not comfortable. But you also realize energy is not what we are looking for. We are looking for the self. And you are not comfortable with energy practices, you have gone to mindfulness practices, which is fair enough. In mindfulness practices, you follow a book. What is the name? What is the author of the book? The Mind Eliminated. Mind Eliminated. Okay, author? John Y.S. John Y.S. John Y.X. Yes. So you follow mindfulness practices prescribed in the book. So in that book, there is a process of observing the body, then observing the tip of the nose for sensations when the breath touches. Typically, this is in Vipassana, a Buddhist practice called Vipassana. It is shamatha, or calming the mind. Mind has to be calmed. Mind has to be made silent before you do any meditation or practice. So up to this point, it's called shamatha. And if you want to do further Vipassana, you have to do about 10 days course if you find time. Right now, I'll tell you one variety of practice where you can understand what you are trying to get at. Experience your hand from inside. Observe the hand from inside. How does it feel to be hand? Feel the hand. Is it empty? Is a bundle of sensations? Empty and sensations. Your hand is no longer solid as we imagine. Our imagination's body is solid. If you observe the body directly without bringing, we have read in science books, there's a bone there, blood there, and all. Do not bring any what you have read. Go to your direct experience. How does it feel? Go to your direct experience of the body. How does it feel? Is it empty? Empty sensations are floating in emptiness. Right? Sensations are vibrations, energy. So energy floating in space is body. Now, what is very important for all of us, for any meditation to happen, meditation is going back to the self. For any meditation to happen, our mind has to come to the present moment. By the very definition, mind is in the past or future. Mind is never in the present moment. Guys, you have to pin me. I'm not seeing myself. So mind is by nature in the past and future. And past and future by nature are unreal. Drinking a cup of coffee in the past doesn't satisfy you. Drinking it now satisfies you. The present moment is the only reality we have. So past and future, which are created by mind, are unreal. Only reality what we have is the body. Only reality what you have in the present moment is called body. Because body has a heartbeat, breathing. It cannot be done tomorrow or yesterday. It cannot be in the past or future. Body cannot be in the past or future. So body is always in the present moment. So first bring the mind to the body. Body and mind, let it become one. Present moment of the body, present moment of the mind becomes the body. And the body and mind come together. Okay. Now observe the reality. Observe the reality from inside. How do you feel the body? Observe the reality from inside. What is there? Space and bunch of sensations. So body is no longer solid in the present moment. And this is the only reality which you have at this moment. our concept of solid body is gone. And observe the body from outside. Feel the sensations, skin sensations from outside. Feel your body sitting on a chair. Now, very interesting thing happens. You are able to observe the body from inside, and you are able to observe the body from outside. If you are able to observe the body from inside and outside, where is the observer? Observer is both inside and outside. It cannot be both inside and outside. Imagine you are in a box. You can observe inside of the box, but you cannot observe from outside. So if you are observe from inside and outside, that means observer is inside and outside. Which means observer is not inside and outside, which is observer is not in here and now. Body is here and now. Body is here in space, now in time. Mind is in now in time. When mind and body come together, it's here and now. So observer is not here and now. Where is the observer? Nowhere. Not in time, not in space. And we can very clearly see there are changes happening within the body, sensations rising and falling. So, if the observer is not in time and space, how the observer can access time and space? Let us say you are seeing a movie. A movie hero and heroine get married. They have children. They are 20 years married. The observer, the spectator, is not in time. He is able to observe the time changes. Movie time change, changing time, changing space in movie, he can observe. The observer can observe what's happening in the time and space. Observer is a higher level reality. Higher level reality always can observe the lower level reality. Changes are taking place and the observer is not changing. That's why it's able to observe the changing. The observer is Sakshi, the witness. So observer is not inside, not outside. It's not in time and space. If I am seeing a movie and movie, they say hero and heroine getting married, having children, getting a job. I'm able to observe because I'm not in the movie. If I'm in the movie, I'll also go to the same time and space. So you have to understand that observer is not time and space. Observer is not here and now. Observer is nowhere. Nowhere means not in time, not in space. Here and now is the body. Is the distinction clear? Observer is a higher level reality. Higher level reality can always observe the lower level reality. Movie is a lower level reality. The spectator is a higher level reality. He can always observe it. Is this much clear? So now, meditation means again and again realizing that I'm the observer. You can imagine the observer is like a screen and observed is like a movie. When movie is going on, you cannot separate the observer from the observed. They're getting mixed up. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? They're mixed up. So in the mixed up, a confused entity is born. The mind creates a confused entity. Okay. That confused entity is called I am the body, or I am the mind, I am the intellect. So the confusion has to be removed in the mind. That's called realization. By inquiring this process. So now if I am able to observe the body from inside, am I inside? If I am able to observe the body from outside, am I outside? If I am able to observe the changes within the body, am I changing? So from that we come to the conclusion, I am the observer, neither inside the body nor outside the body. I am not in time and space. Now this understanding has to happen in the mind from a confused entity. So then also we have to understand that when the movie is going on, you cannot separate the screen from the movie. You need a gap in the movie, right? You need a gap in the movie to understand there is the screen is there. Sleep is the gap. Sleep, there is no movie called mind. Deep sleep. In deep sleep, what is there? The observer is there. That's why I know nothing is there. To know nothing is there, observer is required. It's like somebody has come to a dark room. Somebody asks him, who is there? He says, nobody is there. How can he say nobody is there? One who says nobody there is there. Nothing is there to say somebody is there. That is called witness, the Sakshi. So your presence, Sakshi's presence is very clear when the movie is not there. All attempts in meditation to reduce the movie in the waking state, to find the gap. So that's why shamatha or making the mind silent, all those practices are adapted. Those practices are only techniques to make the mind silent, so that the movie screen is cleared. And I am the observer becomes more and more clear. So when the movie screen is cleared in the waking state, it's called Jagrata Sushupti or waking sleep. Waking sleep is also Samadhi. But really, waking sleep is not required. You have to clearly understand this concept of seer and seen separation, Drak Drishya. And also you have to understand Anmaya Vyatireka, that means presence and absence. The screen is there when the movie is present. Screen is there when the movie is absent. What is there in both presence and absence is the screen. Is observer there in the presence of the body and mind in the waking state? Is observer there in the absence of body and mind in the deep sleep state? So that's why that is the real I. Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay. So observe in deep sleep, there's no body, there's no mind, there's no intellect. Simply observer is there. And simply observer is there, it's called bliss. That's why deep sleep is always blissful, because there's nothing else. So that we want to recreate in meditation, the deep sleep state. That's why we want to make the mind silent. You don't need to make the mind silent. What you have to do is you have to go back to the observer again and again. That's all is required. Chasing the mind won't help, because mind is always in the past and future. Bring the mind to the present moment, to the body. Body is here and now. In that here and now, body is the gateway to the self. Body is the temple of God. So once you bring the mind back to the body, observe what's happening within the body, not think about the body, but feel about the body. There's a feeling of I amness there. In that I amness, there's no separation between me and you. I also feel I amness, you also feel I amness, and the animal also feels I amness. So that I amness is universal. So what happens in the waking state, deep sleep state, there's no I amness. A body is projected and the observer enters into the body as I amness feeling. And that I amness feeling, there's an aliveness, then there's a conceptualization. Who am I? I am the body. So I am associating the body, mind, relatives, friends, and everything. I started associating. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, entire spirit, we are lost. I'm the body. I'm a relative. I'm businessman. I'm engineer. We are lost everywhere. How to come back to our own self? First is enter into the temple. The body is the temple. Body is the gateway to the self. Body is here and now. And that here and now, there's a presence. Presence is I am feeling. Okay. See the I, which is there in the presence and absence, which is the observer, witness. So now who is you? Are you the body? Or are you the I am feeling? Who has that I am feeling?
I'm beyond I am feeling.
You are beyond the I am feeling, because you are able to observe the I am feeling. So that one who is able to observe the I am feeling is I, the witness. Now, the correction has to happen in the mind. That's all. Mana eva karanam manushanam bandha moksho. Enlightenment means correction has to happen in the mind. Mind is confusing the real I am feeling with the body, and mind does not know who is I. Through inquiry, we find the I. We will not be able to find I as an object. We come to a clarity. I am the observer, and I am the observer is the clarity which happens in the mind. Gradually, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, dissolves. A clear understanding arises. Nanu, nanembudu, nanalla, ideha, manabuddhi, nanalla, sachidanandatma, shivanannani, shivoham, shivoham, shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. This understanding starts becoming very, very clear. The ignorance drops. Then whatever happens to the body, whatever happens to the mind, you will not be affected because observer is not affected. Mind will, if something hits the body will be in pain. But you know, I'm observer. So you don't identify the pain. Similarly, something happens to the mind, you know that I'm the observer. You don't identify the mind. This is where, so now this not identification has an important part. The moment you identify with something, body, something is hit, there's a pain. Okay, let us say somebody comes and hits you, there's a pain. The moment you identify the body, I'm the body, how can he hit me? So you start remembering that person for 10 years and crying. The pain has become suffering in the psychological suffering. But when you understand that I am the observer, somebody hits your body, you know very well I am not hit. Psychological pain getting converted to psychological suffering stops. This is called enlightenment. Pain is not option. Pain is a part of life. But suffering is optional. The suffering will become less and less when you start understanding I'm the witness, the observer.
What I'm experiencing is that whatever we have experienced in long, it was only sensations and objects. Right?
Okay, so the question here is, I have experienced so many years of life in life. You're not experiencing anything in life. So let us say you go to a movie. I'll give you an example of movie. Okay, movie, there is a hero, heroine, a dance, song, all those things are there. You like the movie, you enjoy the movie. What is there in the movie? Please tell me. A projection of light in various forms. Similarly, a movement of sensations in various forms is what we call as experience.
Whatever lost, whatever lost is lost.
Yeah. What I call as experience in life, the sensations rising and falling in variety of forms, I call as experience. I give a name to that. In the movie screen, a dancing character I call as hero, another beautiful girl I call as heroine. Both are nothing but light forms, light projections. Similarly, your body is nothing but a bundle of sensations. All the experiences in life happens in the body, bundle of sensations. Some sensation pattern you are calling as good experience, some sensation pattern you are calling as bad experience. Some sensation pattern you keep on remembering for many years. So what you are seeing is a movie created by sensations, which is nothing but energy in the body. Energy pattern. Is it clear? Pause. Anybody has a question on Zoom? She is observer, Sakshi. Okay, I'll answer the next part of the question for this. This I want to make it clear. Now you have any? You have okay. So the question here, I asked to observe from inside, and I asked to observe from outside. The Sakshi or the witness can observe from inside and outside. That's why Sakshi is both inside and outside. It's not inside outside. Body is here and now. The Sakshi is not here and now. The question when it enters as I am feeling, okay, how can it observe anything? I am feeling there's always a reality of higher level reality, lower level reality, lower level reality, lower level reality. A higher level reality can always observe the lower level reality. The I am feeling is a higher level reality compared to sensations and itching. The I, the observer, Sakshi, is the highest level reality. I, as enter into body, becomes I am feeling, becomes observer in the technical language. The witness becomes Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa. The Chidabhasa or reflected consciousness is able to observe anything because it's going through the changes. Like a reflection of sun in water changes. So it knows these changes. It's actually, on one side it's Sakshi and other side it's changing. So like a sunlight is reflected in water and water moves, the reflection also moves. The reflected surface is nothing but has the properties of sun. So it says, oh, things are moving. So inside that I am feeling is able to observe the changes. At the same time going through the changes. And that's why it's called observer. The Sakshi is called, Sakshi is the witness. And when it enters the body, it becomes observer of Chidabhasa in technical language. Now the together entity, Sakshi and Chidabhasa, is able to observe what are the changes happening because it becomes one entity. Jivatma. It has inherent property also. So it becomes Jivatma. Now Jivatma is able to observe the changes within the body and outside the body. Jivatma part changes, but Sakshi part doesn't change. The witness part doesn't change.
How could I separate this Sakshi and the sensations part? How could I?
How can I change the witness and the sensation part?
Like, how can I totally separate this two?
You don't need to separate. So you have to.
What you told.
Yeah. How do I separate witness from the changing part? Become aware of the changes. One who is aware of changes is not changing. You cannot separate physically because Sakshi is not physical entity. So you can remove the skin of an orange. You can remove skin of orange because orange and skin are of the same reality. The witness is not reality. Witness is not the same reality as the body. Witness you have to remove logically, not physically, with the understanding. So I am observing the changes. That's why I am not the changes. Any change in thinking, feeling, emotions, sensations, I am the observer. Are we clear? Can you pause?
Separate this sensation and this.
No, you don't need to. From inside, there's actually sensation and observer are mixed up entity. Right? The sensor and observer are mixed up entity.
But I want to completely.
I want to understand I am the observer. So that's where you have to find the gap in the sensations. The observer is present in the movement and absence of the movement. The screen is present when the movie is present and movie is absent. So this presence and absence is called Anvaya Vyatireka. You have to apply Anvaya Vyatireka logic. Okay, when the thoughts are there, I am able to observe thoughts. When thoughts are not there, I know that there are no thoughts. So many times we say, my mind is not thinking. I know that my mind is not thinking. So how do you separate the observer from observed? Using apply the Anvaya Vyatireka logic. Anvaya means presence, Vyatireka means absence. When you apply the presence and absence logic, you are able to separate out the witness from the witnessed. It's as good as saying, I can't find the movie when the screen when the movie is going on. Yes, find the movie screen when the movie is not there for momentarily. Then what was present in both movie and absence of movie is the screen. That's how we have to recognize the self. Are we clear? For example, let me give an example. Okay. So there are thoughts. We'll create a conscious thought. Say, Om. Om. In Om sound, the witness and the sound both are present. In the gap between the another Om, there's a gap, silence. In the silence, witness alone is present. Because you know that there is no sound. This is the secret of mantra japa. Are you getting what I'm saying? See, it is very difficult to find the gap between the thoughts, unconscious thoughts. Create a conscious thought and find the gap. That's called mantra japa.
what happened in mantra japa you do? He absence and so.
See, presence and absence. When some movie is present, the screen is not visible. Similarly, when thoughts are present, Sakshi is not visible. The witness is not visible. It's covered. Correct? Witness becomes exposed when the thoughts are not there. For example, in deep sleep. Are you getting what I'm saying? One who is present in both presence and absence is the unchanging reality. The witness. So now, every moment you can catch it. In any moment, there is a gap. In that gap, witness alone is there. In any sound, there is a silence. In that silence, witness alone is there. Between two thoughts, there is a gap. In that, witness alone is there. Now I'll say, oh, it's very difficult to catch the gap between the thoughts. Then I'll say, create a conscious gap. Then you'll catch the witness. For example, say Om, Om, Om. What is there in the Om sound? The witness is there and the sound is there.
Yes, yes.
In the gap, what is there?
Only this.
Only witness is there. This is how the mantra has to be chanted. Mantra is a conscious thought which will take you directly to the self. Provided you know the secret of this mantra. Others people keep on repeating the mantra millions of times, trying to find the self. You have to find the self between the gap between the mantras. Om Sadgurudevaya Namaha. Om Sadgurudevaya Namaha. Gap between two Om Sadgurudevaya Namaha is the Sadgurudeva. The sound has to be taken to go back to the self. That's called mantra yoga, japa yoga. Are we clear? Any questions?
Prabhuji.
Yes, Purnima.
So this observer, as in Jiva Sakshi, only observes, or but it's also the enjoyer, right?
Yeah, it is actually it's getting involved in the experience. It is getting involved in the experience, and it knows it knows also, because it's a one part of it is Sakshi only. Okay, it is going through pain and it knows I am going through pain.
Correct.
Okay, it knows I am going through pain because of Sakshi, higher level reality.
Correct.
It knows I am going through the pain because it's already getting involved in that.
Right. Yes, Prabhuji.
Are we clear? Okay. Any questions? Otherwise, pause. So, when you say Tattvamasi, you are that. Tvam has a form, body. So, body is changing, but I am not changing. Right? Use the word. Okay. No, listen, repeat after me. Repeat after me, no? I am eating. I was born 50 years back. I am 20-year-old. Tomorrow I'll be celebrating 51st birthday. What is common in all this? I am is not changing. So there is unchanging reality in you called I am. You'll use in all the languages. Now, what is this? Body is changing. Body is constantly changing. I am is not changing. If you observe any of your language, I am doesn't change at all. Now, what is I here? I refers to consciousness, knowing principle. I am refers to existence. So I am is referring to body here and now, first level. But I am is not body here now, because I am is already, body is changing, I am is not changing. And I am is absent in deep sleep. That I am is I. So higher level principle has gone to lower level principle. Like water has become wave and bubble. So that logic. That's what I'm saying. I am as a form temporarily. Water appears as a wave temporarily. For a wave, I'm telling you are not wave, you are water. The form, temporary form is not real at all. So wave is appearing, wave is crying, I am dying, going to die. No, my dear wave, you can't die. You are a temporary form, you are water. So I am going to tell you, oh my dear, I am, you are that. That's why the book is there. There's a book called I Am That.
I am that.
Oh, this was I am that. Oh my dear, I am, you are that. That means pure awareness. Okay, stop.